Welcome back everyone, Mariah here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the price of Bitcoin, where I see Bitcoin going in the short term as well as the long term, and when I believe we will see new all-time highs. So even though yes, we saw a high of Bitcoin just over 58,000 and it is currently Tuesday and it's 12:31 p.m. Is it Atlantic time? I don't know, but I'm 1 hour ahead of New York, just to give you reference. I think it might be Atlantic time. So we're gonna be going over the price, and I'm also gonna be sharing a very funny story today about Peter Schiff that I think you'll find really interesting, so stick around until the end for that. So let's go ahead and check out the charts here. So on the daily, it would have been nice to see the 9 full days of pullback and to get the highlighter green 9 on the sequential system and then start moving to the upside. But we had a bit of a reversal candle here on this daily, and I don't know if we're out of the woods yet. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that seeing a recent low of about 43,000 wasn't enough pain felt. I myself always acknowledge it or reference it by like, do I feel sick to my stomach? And the truth was that I didn't feel sick to my stomach by going to 43. So I still think that 36 to 40,000 is still a possibility of a low. And I also want to consider time. So just to give you guys some reference, like when we saw our last high in this range of about 42,000, look how many days it took to make the all-time low. So basically it topped on January 8th, and then it made the all-time low on the 22nd. So 14 days, 2 weeks. We saw our all-time high of $58,000 on February 21st. Today is March 2nd. So it has been approximately 9 days. I think time is really important. This is a thing, is that when you see these pullbacks over here, these were like 10, I think to 12% pullbacks. They happened rather quickly. I think that this pullback that we're seeing after 58,000 is going to be a drawn out pullback like we saw here. So what was really interesting during the last bull market in 2017 was there was 3 days that once Bitcoin hit an all-time high, it took between 40 and like 53 days for it to hit a new all-time high again. That happened 3 different times. So something to kind of keep in mind. I think that we're going to eventually, during this bull run, I still believe we're in a bull run, for about 2 to 3 months potentially, see Bitcoin trading in a tightening range, just building a ton of support there. So basically after Bitcoin hit the previous all-time high of 42,000 on January 8th, it took an entire month, 30 days, for Bitcoin to reach another all-time high. It's basically, it was here on February 8th, exactly 1 month later. So if we anticipate the same period of time, I personally think it's possible that it'll be longer until we see a new all-time high. We topped on February 21st, so that could take us into sometime in April. Taking a look here at the 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart is looking good here as the green 2 went above the green 1, but still being kind of suppressed by that moving average. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. I mean, it was nice here to see on the 4-hour here making a higher high after this high in this area, but now trading sideways and just not a ton of clarity there. 1-hour chart. Let's see here. So the low of this one was 48,426, and it hasn't quite gone below that, but it is getting close. We see this level of support here at the $44,000 range, but let's go ahead and take a look to see. So heading back over to the daily chart, we could see here this line of support at about 41,000. I still think that 36 to 40 is a big possibility. People need to get shaken out, unfortunately. That's just how market cycles work. I can also see this, as this moving average increases into like this range, Bitcoin bottoming out like sometime towards the end of the month. Obviously, we all want to see new all-time highs sooner rather than later, but that's not always necessarily the case. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer on the 30-minute time frame. So lower low. Looks like we're going lower here. Bitcoin just dropped a couple $100 in the last few minutes. I sold a very, very small, just a smidge of my position, because I do think that we're going to be going lower, and I want cash on the sidelines. There's nothing worse than when you don't have as much cash on the sidelines as you want to get back in. So I have just been regretting not having enough cash on the sidelines, and I'm trying to make some changes to make sure that I do have more cash on the sidelines. So 30-minute chart is not looking all that good. Same thing with the 15-minute chart as well. Maybe we will see, so this, we saw a low of 47,930 in the last 15 minutes. Let's take a look at the 5. The 5-minute chart I really like to use as, like the minute chart really quite isn't enough when it comes to a momentum change. So 5-minute chart looking not that great. So I am anticipating to be going lower. We just went below 48,000. We're sort of kind of not flash crashing, but let's see here. In the last 5 minutes, the high of that candle was 48,602, and the low is, it's dropped about $1,000 in 5 minutes. So I'm glad I sold a tiny bit. Probably should have sold just a little bit more. Like I said, I think that we're going to be seeing new all-time highs probably in the next 30 to 60 days, potentially sooner. I made a bet that ends in just a few hours. I made the bet on January 21st that Bitcoin was going to double in 30 days. And so in order for it to double, I needed to hit at some point just over 65,000. We got to 58. So I was surprisingly close, but I'm gonna lose the bet. I'm gonna lose $2,000 today. So I need to go get that from the bank shortly. So I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to move, $17,000 in the next couple of hours. But the same day that I made that bet, I was on my way to a pickleball tournament at Peter Schiff's house. And my friend, her boyfriend, was Peter Schiff's partner in the game. And so I'm waiting in the front yard for her to come out and get me. I'm waiting in Peter Schiff's driveway. And I thought, you know what? Just to say I did it, I think it'd be fun to buy some Bitcoin in Peter Schiff's driveway. I'm not gonna share the pictures, because I was like, took a screenshot of how much Bitcoin I was buying, took a picture of the driveway. I'm not gonna share those pictures because I don't want to invade his privacy. So that wouldn't be cool, but just to say I did it. I bought Bitcoin in Peter Schiff's driveway. I proceeded to his backyard to drink all of his tequila, met him, he fist bumped me, and got to witness him get second place in his pickleball tournament. But unfortunately, pickleball was spelled wrong on all the trophies. So there's my fun little story for the day. 100% accurate, 100% true. But I do think we're going lower. $50,000 rejected Bitcoin quite heavily. And so I thought we were gonna maybe go to like 53-ish and then come back down. But like I said, I do believe that more pain needs to be felt. And that's not like, oh, I wish pain upon anyone. Like, it's, once you've been in this long enough, the drop to 43 didn't make me feel sick to my stomach. We're going lower. So hope to see you all soon. And as always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.